So I'm here to talk about the Talons Garage skid plate kit I got for my 2022 F-150. So in this video, I'll kind of just go over, I currently have a non-FX4 truck, currently like what my truck had on it before, what my truck had, what the skid plates look like, why I got those, and then some tips and tricks on like the install and like things that I noticed as I was installing them. And then, I'll catch you guys at the end of the video just to kind of, say goodbye. But I hope you guys enjoy and leave in the comments if there's anything that you have questions on that I might know, or if you have any suggestions on like how I can make my videos more entertaining or better. So I'll catch you guys later. All right, so here's what my F-150 came with. This is the non-FX4, so just a regular F-150 sports experience package, whatever, 5.0. So this is a felt liner here that goes underneath the truck. You can take that off when installing this kit, and then this little guy here too, you can take that off when installing this kit, and make sure that you keep the factory hardware, and I'll show you later why. Specifically for when you take this off, not as big of a deal. I don't think you need to use these little guys for anything, but the bigger hardware pieces, keep that. And then just differences, the FX4 does have skid plates, but they are like an 1/8 inch thick steel, I think, versus these are 1/4 inch aluminum plates. So if you like one or the other, that's the information on that. But here is the Talon garage kit so that I got. So this is the very front, and I didn't get like the further down kit yet for like the rear or the gas or anything like that, just because I was more concerned with the really low part of the truck where I'm going. When I'm going off-road, I'm going in areas that have these little trees sticking up. Usually, if I hit those with the front here, it should be okay in the back. And I'm more so worried about them sticking through and hitting something sensitive at the front of the truck. More expensive to repair. But these are what I purchased from Talon Garage. Advice after I did this install, I realized that sometimes these nuts and bolts here that comes with as accessories, some of them can get damaged in the process. You never know, you might over torque or something like that. So a kit, this whole kit right here, this not the whole kit, but this accessories kit right here is on their website for $12, and I bought this a separate time as well, so I have two of them just in case. Like, I threw it in the truck, like if I ever take it somewhere to get some work done and they want to take this off, like say I'm not doing any work on it myself or taking it somewhere, I just didn't want them to accidentally damage these, because they're the torque specs on them are at 30 foot-pounds. If you go a little bit more, they will damage these bolts. So I threw that extra kit in there in case I take it somewhere. I'm like, hey, there's an extra replacement in there in case something breaks, so they can put it back on. It's only $12. I think it was like definitely worth it. But yeah, so these are thicker, they have good coverage, and just make sure that when you're torquing this down, you're torquing to 30 foot-pounds or less if you want. But the Talons Garage website has instructions as of today, or as of September of 2025. They still show that it's foot-pounds. It doesn't tell you the amount of foot-pounds, it just says like asterisks. So I think it's just because maybe it's based on the model. But I had the non-FX4 F-150 2022 with a 5-liter, and I was able to torque it down to 30 foot-pounds. And basically, yeah, like I said, for the installation, you take these pieces off, pretty straightforward. Screw those off, keep the accessories. Then here's what it looks like installed. What you're gonna do here is, let's get a better angle here so I can show you. So in between here, so this underneath this is where you put this piece here, with this facing the front of the truck. Put that in, use except the ones that came with the truck, with along with maybe some of these. It's pretty easy to tell what goes where, because the smaller ones in here are for this part here, and they won't even go in these holes here, so they'll be too small. But you put that little piece here, and then you're able to kind of add that on top of that. And then back here, I used the old ones that were already on the truck, and I did torque all of these down to 30. I did have one, it didn't have instructions on what to torque them down to, and I just thought, oh, I'm at 35 should be okay. So I did damage one of these, but I have the accessories kit, so I should be able to just put a new one in. But I noticed that if you go to 30 foot-pounds, it should be fine. At least it was for me. And if you're afraid, I'd say start at 20, go to 25, and then if you feel like you could do 30 like I did, bump it up to 30 and torque those down. to 30. So this part here also I kind of want to show you guys. Here's how this part goes. I don't have an intercooler. I was able to just kind of throw that on like this and install that. Now, I do suggest that you look at the Talons Garage instructions on their website and follow those. They'll also have some information about, you know, if you have the 3.5 in there or anything like that, or with the 2.7 if it still comes with it. But I would follow those instructions mixed with what I'm saying here to make sure that this kit is installed properly. I also want to mention that you should probably buy a proper anti-seize lubricant to make sure that you avoid, and I don't know if this is how you pronounce it, but I call it galling. So you just want to make sure that you add that to the bolts as you're putting them on. And you can find that stuff on Amazon. I'll link something in the description that you can use as what I used. Just be careful, it gets everywhere. So you know, I used gloves to just put it on there, and then carefully added it to the bolts and then screwed those in. So make sure you have those. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, let me know if you guys think anything I should improve on, or you know, anything that would make this more fun. But I just figured I'd give you guys the information necessary to get this done because I didn't see much online. So I hope you guys have a good install. So catch you guys later.